find your lack of faith disturbing.
Gotcha!
SmashMouth Footballerz. Introducing Nic Tate, Joe Caldera, Chad Young, SmashMouth Footballerz.
Hey, welcome to SmashMouth Footballerz. I'm Nic Tate.
Joe Caldera.
And I'm the Channel Act.
Guys, guess what? We got that free agency, and man, just in a short week's period of time, the whole NFL has changed into a whole new game plan.
Have you guys seen a free agency this busy in a long time?
Well, they've talked about the money wise. There's been conflicting reports between $9 billion and 7.2. So two people out there have the math, but they've spent more money than they ever have. We know that much. A lot of it has to do with the revenue from TV streaming and all that. I don't know about some of these moves. I think a lot of these teams they're throwing too much money to players.
They're throwing a lot.
Well, and it's usually your bad teams that have to. Like, I understand it. Let's take, for instance, the Raiders. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, look, the Raiders are a struggling team. They don't have quite the reputation. They're trying to build something over there. I think they finally got a good coach. But the money they're throwing these players, I think, are just too much. I think it's too much, man. I mean, do you like a Raiders move?
I don't like that they got rid of Maxx Crosby and now they have him back after they've spent all this money and now put him in a bad situation.
That wasn't their fault.
No, that was Baltimore. Do you think Baltimore did it because they said they wanted to pair Crosby and Hendrickson together, but if you get Trey Hendrickson and you don't have to give draft picks, why would you do that? Like this, and you knew Maxx Crosby, I know, was a little bit mad because they sat him at the end of the year, and that's why he wanted to get out of Las Vegas, but he had a torn meniscus. So it seems like the Raiders were doing right. It seems like every time the Raiders have moved so far this free agency, they've done right. Mm-hmm. And I think the NFL is going to have to punish the Baltimore in some way, shape, or form. Like, this no tampering thing, but you agree to a trade. Hey, everybody in NFL free agency dictated moves because of that, because they were all down on that opportunity.
Look at the Raiders. They went out and got Kwity Paye and Malcolm Kuntz. They went out and got both of them to set their edge.
Yeah, exactly.
So it has nothing to do with the Raiders. This is all the
Baltimore.
Ravens.
I believe Baltimore's going to have to give up a draft pick or something, if you ask me.
To the Raiders.
Yeah.
So I think the easiest way to do this, guys, is go team by team and just talk about main fantasy football implications.
Give me some, man. I love it.
All right, let's start with Buffalo and DJ Moore. Is DJ Moore relevant now?
He's going to be their number one automatically. They got a new coach. I love it. Do I agree that they should have got rid of Sean McDermott? No. But you move up Joe Brady. Joe Brady's a great offensive mind. I saw what he did at LSU. Mm-hmm. Now you got your legitimate number one over there. I hope it helps Josh Allen. I mean, we all want Josh Allen to do good, but he hasn't had that legitimate that number one threat yet. So it moves. DJ Moore goes up in my fantasy rankings next year.
He does mine too.
Yep. For me, it's going to be a see and believe, because I mean, if they don't find chemistry, or if he doesn't fit in the play ability, in the scheme of the play, I mean, it may not work out.
No, there's always
we've always seen a lot of players go to several teams and just they did not do as well as they did prior where they came from, or either they blew up. Now we can talk about the Cardinals, how Mike Wilson is only better because of Jacoby Brissett. Yeah. Before that, he wasn't even a thing. So this kind of thing is, how does DJ Moore mesh with Josh Allen?
Josh Allen is a good thrower of the ball, and he's just a better version of Shakur, that I think better version of him.
Well, I think
DJ Moore is.
DJ Moore is a little bit different. DJ Moore started at Carolina. Didn't have great quarterback play. Still put up numbers. Went to Chicago with a rookie quarterback. Had a great first year there. Second year, they got more weapons, and we saw his role replenish. Who's wouldn't though with all those weapons?
Yeah,
Chicago
they have a lot of
had.
weapons.
Now he's going to his third team, And he's already done it twice with two different teams, and he's going to be the legitimate number one. I like him going up. I like this. I like how his rankings going up. I'm looking at him in probably the top 15 range going next year.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to put Cortland Sutton in the top 15, I think DJ Moore just automatically.
Did you do that as a stab toward me, as a blast toward me?
No, not at all.
He could have said anybody else. But he knows that I'm a big Cortland Sutton guy.
Well, I agree. And I mean, I like Cortland Sutton too. Yeah, he used to be just a touchdown dog, man.
He's just an end zone guy.
But
I agree, but I heard that.
But DJ Moore is going to go up. He's going to go up.
Yeah, I think he goes up.
Yeah, definitely.
Does it make a difference in their playoff push?
Yes. On a third down, and you got a receiver that you can trust. It's not going to be the third down 11s, hopefully, where Josh Allen has to pick up the whole team on his back and rush for it for 11 yards. Or he's got 4 people handing off of him. If he gets that security blanket, man, he's going to do all the good. Dalton Kincaid at one time was that, but we saw that terrible playoff game a couple of years ago. What cost him going to the Super Bowl. And DJ Moore is as sure-handed as anybody in the NFL. So
Miami Dolphins, my favorite pickup in free agency is Malik Willis. They did not break the bank by getting him. Speed kills. What do y'all think about it?
He's a rushing quarterback, which I absolutely love. The 2 times he played Green Bay, and he just put up significant points. It was fun to watch. I don't know if it benefits anybody else, but Devin 2 Chainz more than anybody, I think. You have a legitimate rushing threat. Yeah, Devin 2 Chainz if they run that RPO, which he seems to run inside zone and outside zone.
They're going to run it. They're going to run it.
I think it moves the needle for Devin 2 Chainz. I mean, Devin 2 Chainz is already going to be in the first 2 picks. The first 2 rounds of your fantasy draft. But,
no doubt.
He has a chance to be a top 3 running back going forward.
You think he's that high, Nick?
Malik Willis, I think he makes a great addition because I watched him in some of the practices he was doing with Miami earlier. He was throwing 80 yards, hitting guys easily. So, I mean, he's got the arm. Like you said, he's a rushing quarterback. He's going to take some of those blocks away from your running back. Definitely, it's a plus. I mean, Tua just, he had to go. I mean, that's all it was to it. Too many injuries, they just couldn't build around him.
Malik Willis's ceiling is through the roof. I mean, he could do.
It's only on him.
It's on him.
I mean, he's finally getting out of the shadow of Jordan Love, and we're going to be able to see what he's really made of.
You saw what he did. This is not the same guy the Titans drafted. He is a lot better now. You saw what he did with his playing time in Green Bay. I think he's ready. But he had a better offensive line in Green Bay than he's going to have with Miami. He's going to run a lot more.
I remember a scouting report coming out of the NFL, and it was like he could be some people had him as a first-round pick, some people had him as undraftable because he has a cannon. Yeah. He always had a cannon. In college, he had a cannon. And he's very, 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 very mobile. But he has not been the most accurate.
And his decision-making hasn't been the best.
No, but the dude has always had a cannon. He has talent that you can't coach.
No.
Right?
No.
And if you got that, maybe you can get a coach in there who can get him right. And look, Green Bay, he looked good in Green Bay. I like the fact they took a flyer on him. I hope it works out.
Miami's going all in on speed. Tutu Atwell just signed with them. What do you think about it, Nick?
I like it.
I like it too.
I like Tutu Atwell. I mean, he's definitely a solid 2. We're going to be able to find out if he can become a 1, but he's definitely speed all day.
They got their 1. Tyreek Hill went out. Waddle just took over that job. I mean, Waddle looked like the real deal, man.
Waddle is the real deal. We talked about it. I mean, he could be a 1 anywhere.
And last year, we did a whole segment on people who were putting up fantasy points and we weren't even paying attention to them. Mm-hmm. Waddle was 1. Olave was 1. It was people in bad teams, but they were just being dogs. And it was at one point, Jaylen Waddle was the number 14 fantasy wide receiver. So you got a potential there to be good. I think I wouldn't mind it if they went and re-signed Darren Waller just so they got that end zone threat again. Because when he did play last year, he did score.
Yeah. Patriots, they didn't make many moves on offense, but they picked up a wide receiver named Romeo Doubs. Is he number 1?
No,
I don't think so either.
I don't think he's number 1. And I think the lurking in the shadows comments of A.J. Brown going there may make a big difference.
Romeo Doubs is a route running genius.
He's good, but he's
too small.
He's going to be...
He's 5'7" or 5'8". He's a small guy.
He at times took over that job in Green Bay. He did. He seemed to be the best out of all of them. He's going to get more opportunities in New England. But New England's wasted some assets here. Wasted, but used assets on wide receivers. I mean, look, Pop Davis, they got Keyshawn Butte, Stephon Diggs is gone. Now they went younger with Doubs, and I like that play. I think that's smart. You still got that committee over there. You got rookies that are just not even getting their potential yet. And I mean, last year they drafted a wide receiver, and he only had a few catches, but they were clutch down the field. And so, like, fantasy wise, am I drafting Romeo Doubs? No, I'm not drafting Romeo Doubs.
I've never drafted, but I never will.
I'm never going to draft Romeo Doubs. Like, this guy's got to come out and he's got to show me something. Like, Drake May's just done a good job of getting the ball to whoever's open, and that's going to happen. And we may see one of these 2, 3, 4 year receivers just come on finally.
They better figure out how to protect him, because I think the Super Bowl showed a lot.
Yeah, that scouting report. That scouting report's going to come back, and they're going to learn. They're going to have to chip or something, or move Will Campbell inside or something. They're going to have to do some work.
I grew up a Jets fan.
Sure.
Because, being from New Jersey. But when I moved to Louisiana, I became a Saints fan. And it's just like perpetual being in purgatory or something. What do you think about the Geno Smith re-signing Nick?
Terrible idea.
There are so many more people out there.
I feel like they just kind of reached for nothing there. I mean, it wasn't even a plausible, for me, it wasn't even a plausible buy, because you take Geno Smith. He's been on several teams. He started in New York on the New York Jets. Mm-hmm. He's done come back full circle, and you want him to be your number one quarterback. I think there's too much going on that you have to break down, that Geno isn't the answer.
No, he throws as many interceptions as he does touchdowns. Yeah, and I think this makes it worse. I really do. I think they're still searching. Unless they plan on drafting somebody early, like a quarterback or something, which I don't see nobody else there either. So I just don't know what they're going to do. He will not run. He's not a running quarterback. Breece Hall, we talked about him.
Yeah, franchising.
So what do you think about them franchise tagging Breece Hall? Is that going to ruin his career, or is he going to resurge?
He had the best year of his whole career whenever he had a quarterback. He didn't have a quarterback. Aaron Glenn is just fighting for his job, and that's why he brought in players that he's familiar with. Not necessarily Geno Smith, but he brought in Mario Davis. These were former Jets that they brought back in. He's going to try to run that scheme, but the Jets are in the unpredictable situation that they're not going to give Aaron Glenn 3 years or 4 years if he doesn't show a vast amount of improvement, and they need to, because two of the best studs they had on defense they traded last year. So,
well, two of their studs they got now are on 1 year contracts. Well, Demario Davis has a 2 year contract, but he could retire at any time.
Not the only thing I like is the Devontae Sweat trade. The guy was just a beast in college. I just don't. The Jets are in right now perpetual. There's no. Do you see a vision? I don't see a vision. I see Aaron Glenn fighting for his job, and that's it. There's the front office has not come with Aaron Glenn and been like, hey, instead of fighting your job, give us your vision. Let's see what you want.
They're in a perpetual rebuild. They've been that way for a long time.
It seems like
this reminds me of the Giants 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, signing 1 year contracts over and over and over again doesn't get you anywhere. And then making bad decisions with the draft. They've made Garrett Wilson, that's a good pick. They've made Breece Hall, that's a good pick. But who else? Maybe some defensive player.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at their process of drafting. I'm mad at they don't have a plan. Like, I love it. Look, the Aaron Glenn hiring, he's had a reputation as a great coach. But let's be honest, in Detroit, there was a lot. Terrion Arnold and all those draft picks, Aiden Hutchinson. They had a lot of weapons on defense, right? And that defense wasn't exactly a top 10. It was the middle of the road. And Aaron Glenn was a great player. He's a well-respected coach. But where's the vision? I need a vision. Geno Smith is not a vision.
He's a coordinator. He is not a coach.
Geno Smith is not a vision.
They needed to invest in a quarterback they could build up for the next 3 years, because it's going to take more than this year get their team right. So they're like you said, they're in perpetual rebuild. Well, they got to stop that somewhere. So they need a quarterback they can build around for the next 3 years before they can make some progress. And they didn't go that route.
They put themselves back 3 more years.
That's the only thing they can do. And then look, if they do it, then I'll be like, okay, we're trying here. They need to. I wouldn't draft the kid out of Alabama. Not in the first, not in the second. I just don't see it. Good talent and all that. You got one number 1 in Mendoza.
Mm-hmm.
You got possibly got a number 2. Third round, if the Jets jump on Nussmeier, then I may be like, okay. Then we got Geno. We got a stopgap. Let's get Nuss in there. Let's see what the kid has. All right, but you have to get a younger quarterback in there so we know that you're going to go with somebody else. Because Geno is not. Geno's been in the league. Yeah, they drafted him. I don't know. Yeah,
forever.
Mm-hmm. And it was he was with Pete Carroll last year. His coach, the most successful coach he was with in Seattle, went to Las Vegas and it was a nightmare. Yeah. So if Pete Carroll didn't get the best out of him, then I don't see this working out as well.
The Ravens didn't make many moves on offense because they paid Trey Hendrickson $112 million, which is worth every penny of it. But what do you think about Trey Hendrickson, Nick? I know it's a defensive player.
I think,
but does he put them back on the radar to be a fantasy relevant defense?
No, it doesn't. I think it was an okie doke. I think they didn't know they were going to get Trey Hendrickson, and that's why they failed Maxx Crosby.
I'm the opposite belief of that. You know why? Let me tell you why.
Why?
Maxx Crosby fails, right? They send him back. Within a couple of hours, they signed Trey Hendrickson. Exactly. They already were talking to him.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. The rumor was...
It looks to me like they wanted Hendrickson. They just didn't want to pay that money.
Exactly.
For the amount of years.
So they bombed out on Crosby so they can make sure they can lock in Hendrickson.
Yeah, because of the injury. Yeah.
The rumor was that...
and apparently this ain't the first time they've done this. They're actually well known for doing these okie doke trades like this. Baltimore is.
I've never known them to do it like this because they've never traded for first round pick before. Well, they never did. They still haven't. This is my take on it. They threw the shade out that they were going to try to pair the two together. I don't buy that. You're not pairing these two together. Like, who can afford that? First of all, secondly, Trey Hendrickson's 30, and you pay him this. He was hurt last year. He was good with the Saints. He was amazing with the Bengals. But now we have age. Like the Maxx Crosby thing. We talked about this before the trade even happened. Hey, he's 28. You're going to give him a max contract at 28, and he's coming off of injury. Well, it just seemed like the Ravens heard what we said, and they were like, "What are we doing? We're giving up this and this for this guy. We're going to pay this much." And look,
they got so much kickback from their own fans.
Yes, it's wrong.
Yeah, it's wrong.
They need to give up draft picks for this. Yeah. They have to. It's changed the whole landscape of the NFL free agency period plus trades.
And they got rid of the better tight end.
Yeah,
they did.
Yeah, they did. Well, Mark Andrews is older. He gets injured a lot. Isaiah Likely to me is the more talented of them all. So they should have went heavy to find another tight end. That is Lamar's game. 12 personnel is what they do. So I don't understand what they're really doing over there.
They had good offensive Todd Monken, and they went passing, and it got better. This offense is going to go where Lamar takes them. This team's going to go where Lamar takes us. They got to stay healthy. They have to stay healthy. And if I was them, I would look for wide receiver in this draft because all you have is Flowers.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
The Cincinnati Bengals didn't do much. What they did do was re-sign Dalton Risner, their offensive guard, who is part of that horrible offensive line that they have. Do you think Chase Brown does anything? Me and you have had this argument before.
I'm telling you,
I do not care for the guy.
That is my dog. He's going to be a top 10 fantasy running back next year.
Wow, I can't wait to see that.
He's going to be a top 10 fantasy running back next year. I'm telling you right now.
Don't look over here.
I'm telling you right now. No, the dude, Joe Burrow, Chase.
You put him in the top 10. I'm not about that.
Noah Fant's gone. He didn't give you nothing. Joe Burrow was hurt. Hey, the Bengals, put Flacco as your backup, okay? He did good for you. Hey, have Joe Cool run this offense, put 50 up, and Chase Brown catch a touchdown a game. That's all we have to do. That's all we have. Hey, we've seen it before. We've seen it before. Just do it again. Hey, defense. Just hold the other team under 30. Just hold the other team under 30. Can you do that?
They worked on their defense.
Yeah, they did a lot of moves.
So they might be able to do something. This defense is better than what they had, but what they had was a high school defense. So
the defense was terrible. They had some good players in secondary. They're going to lose one or two of them, but Hendrickson, that's why you don't even count him as a loss because he didn't play very much. Was it 6 games last year? That's it? Yeah.
Chase Brown was behind Pollard last year in the rankings. I'm just saying.
As far as real statistics,
real football.
Yeah, but in his defense, he had Browning and I don't know who else quarterbacking back there. Cam Ward had to give it to Tony Pollard. They had to force feed him. Tajay Spears didn't get healthy to the 8th round. I mean, put me back there. Put me back there.
The Browns, all they did was get rid of Njoku and sign Jack Stoll. So,
that's okay. Njoku, they didn't need him. I mean, Harold Fannin took that job over. We know that. Njoku wants out. He wants to get out of the factory sadness. I don't blame him. Yeah,
he wants to win.
He come out of the draft as just this amazing athlete, and he hasn't really put the production up that we thought he would. He has got that kind of Kyle Pitts thing going on with him. I hope he can go somewhere where they can line him up in the slot, where they can use him more as a receiver, big receiver, somewhere like that. They're in the same. The story of the Browns is always the story of Browns. If you got 4 quarterbacks, you don't have any.
Yeah, he's a dumpster fire.
Yeah, and poor Judkins. Judkins was having a year, and he bounced back from all that drama and ridiculousness to have just put up great numbers, and he went out hurt last year. I hope it doesn't affect him next year.
Yeah, the Jets will never be the worst team in the league as long as there's a Browns team out there.
Yes, and they fired Stefanski, and I don't know if that's a good move or not. The problem is Stefanski won Coach of the Year twice, but we really don't know if he was a good coach because he coached for the Cleveland Browns,
Right.
and that seems to be what it was. So,
let's talk about the Steelers. You ready?
Yeah.
Buddy. Let's talk about the Steelers.
Yeah.
So Gainwell's gone.
Sure.
They bring in Rico Dowdle.
I think they got better.
They did get better.
Yes.
So Rico Dowdle's going to be there for at least 2 years. See what they do with him, right? Rico Dowdle's going to be the number one now. Is Warren's days done?
No, I don't think he's going to be the number one.
Rico Dowdle's a 3-down back.
I don't think he's going to be the number one. As a matter of fact, I think Mike McCarthy's going to use a lot of Jaylen Warren on passing plays.
Michael Pittman Jr., Nick.
No, man. I think all these moves are great for the Steelers.
You think Michael Pittman Jr. overtakes number one over DK? Number one wide receiver over DK Metcalf?
Yeah, I think it's a compliment. I really do. Because he has the other side of the ability to complement DK Metcalf. I'm sorry, I'm out of it. But the thing is this is the type of player they should have had the whole time, just like George Pickens. They should have never got rid of George Pickens. Right? They should have kept him to compliment him. But they didn't. They had this whole diva mindset. Well, now you got Michael Pittman Jr. He ain't a diva. He's going to go out there and he's going to get a lot of points.
He's a football player.
So I think they signed Aaron Rodgers back this year.
Absolutely. They said they haven't talked. They said they like the backup, Will Howard. They said Mike McCarthy said he likes Will Howard. He liked him at Ohio State. The biggest thing I could say about the Steelers, the biggest thing that I think is going to boost this team is that Arthur Smith's in college now. Okay. So Mike McCarthy's running your offense. You got the guy Steve Young, Joe Montana. He has worked with these guys. Aaron Brooks. I know Aaron Brooks had one thing in New Orleans. Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre. This dude has worked with all these great quarterbacks. Hey, they've all been great, and he works with them. Mm-hmm. Hey, Aaron and A-Rod, y'all team back up. You got some legitimate weapons. We don't have Arthur Smith with 3 tight ends running the ball, with Jaylen throwing it to Geno Smith, who's gone now, thank goodness. We're going to open this thing up, and you have 2 big receivers, intermediate, that can just bully people. It's going to be bully ball, and I can't wait. It's going to be the Steelers ball. Hey, we are going to go out, and we're going to bully, and we're going to try to dominate. I cannot wait to watch it.
Yeah, I actually think the Steelers got way better this year.
I think they got better already.
Yeah.
They've done some good moves, and they've even signed some good defensive players.
The best move they did was get rid of Arthur Smith.
I don't know why it took him so long to leave the NFL.
Tomlin loves to run the ball. Tomlin loved to run the ball. I hope Tomlin takes a break, and I hope he comes back to the NFL because he is definitely one of my favorite coaches.
The general. Texans, does David Montgomery move the needle for you, Nick?
Yes.
Does it for
Oh
me.
my goodness.
It does not for me.
No,
I do. I think it was a good move. I think it was a bad move for Detroit.
I think Detroit did good getting Pacheco.
I don't. I think Montgomery was the better
not
compliment.
You want me to tell you why? I think David Montgomery is great. He's a good running back.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you why. Because it's the Texans. And their offensive line is terrible. And they re-signed Trent Brown. David Montgomery can't do it by himself.
I agree with that. But we got Woody Marks back there. This is Woody Marks is a poor man's,
He's not a poor man's anything to me.
he just, I'm telling you, this is a better compliment. I really do. I believe this is a better compliment for the Texans.
They didn't have a compliment last year. They're so injury ridden.
And they got rid of Mixon, so Mixon's on the market.
Yeah.
I think Mixon's done.
Yeah, no, I think he goes somewhere signs a 1-year deal.
But if you look at their defense, it's re-signed. That defense is going to be stout still.
It's
That's what held them down last year was that defense.
maybe not statistically, I know, but as far as talent wise, that defense is loaded.
Yes.
I absolutely love that defense.
They did CJ no favors.
What I didn't understand the Texans did, they traded the right tackle, right guard. They traded him. Hey, you need all the offensive line help you can get. You need every bit of that, and they're trading away players that started for them last year.
They were terrible, so they could probably rebuild through the draft and that line and be better.
I like David Montgomery's game, but I like David Montgomery's game because Jahmyr Gibbs' game. I don't like David Montgomery's game by himself. I know what he did in Chicago, and it was really fun, but he's not a one. Okay? He's not a one. There's a reason Chicago got rid of him. There's a reason why, hey, Detroit picked him up, and they were like, okay, but we need a compliment. And let me tell you something right now. I did. USC, the kid came out of USC. He was supposed to catch the ball. That's what his game was. He's not Jahmyr Gibbs. He's not Jahmyr Gibbs.
No.
Okay.
Very few of them are.
There's only one Jahmyr Gibbs. All right. You can try to get that compliment. You can do all you want. But Woody Marks, hey, line him up. Use him like USC did. Let him catch the ball at the backfield. But even catching the ball at the backfield, he is not Jahmyr Gibbs. Okay. That's why this doesn't move the needle for me. Look, I'll be surprised if he, at the end of the year, Dave Montgomery's a 25 running back.
All right, Chase Brown, the number 10.
Chase Brown's number 5, and he's going to be number 10.
He's number 10.
Number 10,
and Chase Brown's quarterback is Joe Burrow. His quarterback is C.J. Stroud. Way big difference.
It is a big difference. Colts. Daniel Jones. $88 million.
Terrible.
Yeah.
You think signing him back again is terrible?
No, not that price. I think they overpaid for him.
$88 million for 2 years. I think that's right there because of what he earned that the first 3 quarters of the season last year.
They had to pay him that. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah, they may have had to pay him that.
He'd be wearing horns on his helmet right now.
Hey, right? I'm telling you right now, Kevin O'Connell, when he was the backup, and they didn't re-sign him because they gave J.J. McCarthy the keys, Kevin O'Connell knew that was a mistake. Mm-hmm. And I bet he was willing to be like, look, you were the backup here. You got it. Let me bring you back. And Indianapolis was like, no. Indianapolis was on the road to the Super Bowl when he was healthy.
Yep.
Hey, they were making moves. They brought Sauce Gardner in. Mm-hmm. They said, look, we're going all or nothing. And then he got hurt. And let me tell you something. They are loaded. Yeah,
this team is loaded. Brought back Alec Pierce. This was I was back and forth on this. $114 million for 4 years. But I'm for it. I'm because the guy is one of the greatest route runners that we have in the game right now. All the 20-plus yard catches he's making. The most. So I'm for it. You guys like it?
I love it.
I do like it.
Legit number 1. I mean,
he is a number 1.
You don't have to have 1,000 yards and 100 catches to be a number 1. Hey, if you're catching passes 20 yards and you're making a huge impact on the game, 20
yards is a first down.
Yeah, 20 yards is more. Yeah, if you're averaging 20 yards of reception, everybody on the field has to respect you. And when you do that, you have Tyler Warren underneath. You have Jonathan Taylor running the ball. You got play action. And Daniel Jones, surprisingly, has been mobile again. Mm-hmm. He finally he remembered. Oh, he's an athlete.
Well, he showed some chops from standing behind the line,
exactly.
throwing the ball.
Oh, he always
from the pocket.
This is a team and I'm looking at the odds to win the Super Bowl next year.
Next team, Jaguars. Okay. They got rid of Etienne to our Saints.
Yep.
They go and they bring in Chris Rodriguez for $10 million on 2 years. And I don't think they lost a lot. He's not Etienne in the passing or whatever, but this dude's a hammer, man. Chris Rodriguez is a hammer. And I like it, but he's the number 2 there.
I'm not worried about that. Yeah. Liam Cohen knows what he's doing.
Liam Cohen is a genius.
Listen, Basil Tootin was the creme de la creme, was all the talk last year, the rookie coming in doing things, and he did a lot of good things, so much and so they traded Tank Bigsby. And look, the writing was on the wall last year. We saw it. I'm waiting on the Brian Thomas Jr. trade. I wonder if they're going to do it. I wonder if they're going to do it.
They're saying they're not.
They're saying they're not. I hear it as well.
But a lot of teams say they're not going to do it. But money talks.
Travis Hunter's coming back and they're playing wide receiver. How many weapons do you need here? I mean, how many weapons?
They said they're not going to let him play defense. They said it's offense all day.
Yeah. How many weapons do you need here? You got Tootin, you got Strange, you're going to have Hunter, you're going to have Smith, you're going to have...
Trevor Lawrence showed he could throw the ball again.
All of a sudden, he became a quarterback. Liam Cohen... look, I saw what he did in Tampa. It wasn't a fluke.
No.
And then he comes over here and he just completely transfers to the Jacksonville team. I trust him. They don't have a first round pick this year, so I don't know which direction they're going to go. They've lost a lot of defense, though. They've lost a lot of defensive help. So they're going to have to patchwork that, and they're going to have to look heavy in the draft.
Right. Tennessee Titans, Wan'Dale Robinson. Let's talk about him.
This is one of those teams like the Raiders. I told you, they're not very good. It doesn't look promising, so they paid too much for some players. That Wan'Dale Robinson, I know he followed his coach from New York. They paid him too much.
Way too much.
Delonte Taylor paid him too much. I watched Delonte Taylor in New Orleans. It was a good cover. It was a top 10 nickel corner, but you paid him too much. And I think it's almost counterintuitive when you watch that Seattle Super Bowl. Because the Ravens on the safety, they've talked about it. They want to go to that 3 safety look. Seattle's going to that 3 safety look, even though they lost some players. You're going to see more and more NFL players going to this, especially with athletes coming out of the draft. Like Caleb Downs. These athletes coming out, they're prime and set to play this defense, to be that robber in a 3 safety defense.
Wan'Dale Robinson is not a number 1 receiver. Do you agree with that, Nick?
I agree. This looks like everybody got scared, just started buying up property.
Yeah, well,
because all I see is money, and I don't see anything that moves the needle for me.
He signed so fast it looked like it was a done deal.
Man,
the guy is short. He's like 5'7".
He's fast.
He is fast.
I like him. I don't like him for
$78 million.
Yeah, they overpaid for him. Then their quarterback issues are terrible. Their backfield is not existent. It's just...
They'll fix that in the draft.
Well, and then that may be true, but the thing is what I see here is we wasted a lot of money we could have put somewhere completely else.
They went full on defense, and they had something to work with on that.
And they gave Trubisky a 2-year deal.
I'm okay with Trubisky.
Yeah, he's a good quarterback.
He's going to be a quarterback. He's going to be a quarterback coach in the near future for a team. Denver Broncos. Nothing really to talk about here because they re-signed everybody.
Oh, why wouldn't you?
J.K. Dobbins. Is he ready to hold it? Is he ready to be the lead back again?
He's on that 2-year deal.
I think J.K. Dobbins healthy, even as many injuries as he's had. He's still very, very talented.
Yeah, he's good. They got R.J. Harvey coming back. It's not like they lost any. This team, if Bo Nix stays healthy, they probably win the Super Bowl. I'm standing on business about that. So you just bring people in. They did want Etienne. Etienne wanted to go back home to the Saints. Now we're getting all those stories. If New Orleans wasn't interested, he'd be in Denver right now. But we got fortuitous, and Denver is still loaded.
Yeah, Denver's very loaded.
I just wish they'd have traded for some good wide recievers.
Well, they got
he's doing that on purpose.
They got studs.
I know what he's doing over there.
You brought you brought the Titans up, but with that draft pick,
they're in the hunt for AJ Brown too.
I don't. Why? I don't think he's getting traded.
No, he's getting traded.
I don't think so.
He's getting traded.
They're gonna the Titans are gonna get love. Be ready for that.
Oh, I think that's happening.
He's going so far up the draft board. The Saints knew that. That's why they go on ETN. All these rumors have to be true.
Yeah. Kansas City Chiefs. They're not my favorite team, but they do all kind of good things with the draft and with free agency.
Oh my
They go out and they get the Super Bowl MVP.
Yes. Did
on a 3-year deal. $45 million.
Winner,
How did
winner,
they do that?
chicken dinner.
They're one of the hallmark franchises in the NFL, and
They're like, we're gonna allow you to come over here, but you're gonna get this amount of money.
This is one of the best moves they could have made. I mean, goodness gracious. I love it. I love it. He for Kenneth Walker on top of that, he went to a great team.
Great offensive line. He's going to have running room.
Think about it. The Chiefs are trying to build a dynasty. Seattle, the odds of them coming back and winning the Super Bowl 2 years in a row, not so much. It's hard for every team to do double down. I think the Chiefs are making a play to get back in the Super Bowl rankings.
Oh, yeah, they absolutely
They're
are.
saying Patty Mahomes is way ahead of schedule.
Yeah.
But this is great. This is great. That's a great move for them in their running game. They were struggling last year. They've been struggling for several years. I think this moves the needle.
Yeah, it does. I like it.
Yeah, I like it too.
I mean, you could put anybody over there, though. I mean, well, I say that they had Pacheco and he couldn't do anything.
They've had a couple guys who couldn't do nothing. No, I will say that I think the sneakiest pick they did, because Rashee Rice once again has maybe a couple civil cases we're hearing now.
Here we go. Tyquan Thornton.
Yeah, Tyquan Thornton. Bringing Tyquan Thornton back was really smart.
He's a laser.
Yeah, that was probably the smartest move they made this offseason. The dumbest move. Like I look, you got rid of Trent McDuffie. Cool, you got him. You got some pieces for him, and but both your starting corners are gone. Both your starting corners are gone. And he resigned some people, but
they got Kohu, but he's not. He's not McDuffie.
Come on. You lost both your starting corners. Something else though, they brought back their old offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy. So
wow. Okay.
Yeah, so. They said that he's aggressive, going to be more aggressive. He said he's going off, so good for them.
Raiders. The only thing worth talking about here on offense for fantasy football purposes is Jaylen Naylor. Is he a number one? Yes. Is he even a number two?
So this is a pick from Tom Brady. I mean, this is what he wanted, and I think, and it's been said, Tom Brady's been talking about it on TV. They're planning on getting their quarterback, first round, first pick, boom, and they're going to build around him, and they believe Jaylen Naylor is a great compliment.
They went heavy on defense, and they got some really good players.
I think. Mendoza. This is a good player for him. I don't think this is like the best possible player, but I mean it's solid.
We haven't seen Mendoza put on an NFL uniform or throw a pass.
Yep.
Right now, he's better than Geno Smith.
So
they can't do anything worse.
But I don't know about that. But I mean, in Indiana, he looks like the truth. Okay. And
statistically, 6'5". I mean, he can see over the line.
Throw every level of the field.
So
and he's not afraid to run.
Accurate.
He's humble.
He's accurate. He's very accurate as well. That Jaylen Naylor, I like the player. He come out very early, very talented from the NFL. I thought he was going to be a solid number 2 when he come out. I still predict that. I have faith in Clint Kubiak. So this inside-outside zone that he runs, he got it from his dad. Denver ran it well. He's going to run it well. And I'll tell you who moves the needle because of him. We saw Brock Bowers take a dip last year. He's going to go right back up, and Ashton Genty's finally going to be able to run the ball like he wants to. So, those if I'm looking at fantasy implications, Kubiak instantly makes Bowers and Genty better players.
Yeah. All right, Chargers. No real big moves. They did take Keaton Mitchell from the Ravens, so the Ravens now they're going to have to go running back at some point. They didn't do anything else. Charlie Kohler. So we'll skip right on past them and go to the Cowboys.
Hey, I have a question, though. Okay. When we talk about the Chargers.
Okay.
Amarian Hampton, does he step forward or step back this year?
He was my favorite running back coming out in that draft. And I think that he takes a huge step forward.
Yeah.
As long as he's healthy.
He got a little banged up last year. And they were going to lean on Najee Harris as number 2, and he got hurt, and now he's not signed anywhere.
Yeah. So, Omar Hampton is the truth as a running back, and I think he's on a good team that can prove it.
Yeah, I think he takes a step forward this year. I liked his rookie year. And Harbaugh is going to run the ball, so expect more of that.
Yep. Cowboys re-signed Javonte Williams, who resurged his career.
That's probably my fantasy if I was to pick a surprise player all throughout fantasy, Javonte Williams is my fantasy surprise player last year.
Yep.
I never had much faith in him. I always thought he was good, but in Denver, he always seemed like it was just not clicking or anything. He goes to Dallas, and man, dude was just scoring. He putting up fantasy points. Dak and them helped it. This offense should just light up everything. And I'm taking the second year underneath this, like, if I'm picking tight ends that we think are going to be surprisingly get better, I think Jake Ferguson.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, if we're going to talk, you're going to have your 4 or 5 elite tight ends, and I think right behind them, Jake Ferguson's going to step up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to pat myself on the back because some guy at this table said Javonte Williams was going to be a big deal before the first game last season.
I couldn't believe it. I
couldn't either.
Yeah, I mean,
and it's all like you said. It's like what he produced in Denver, nothing.
Offensive line here.
Gets here and then game changer.
Yeah.
Game changer. Pickens got franchise tagged. I
Smart
think they'll work out a deal with him while he's under the tag. Let's see. New York Giants. Isaiah Hodgkins. Gunnar Oslowski. But they did bring in a guy named Isaiah Likely.
see, I
like the move.
like everything the Giants are doing.
Yeah.
I mean, look, you had a guy Harbaugh, who came from the Ravens, like one of the most respected franchises, a respected coach. He's got a ring, and you know what he did? Like he's going to build it in New York, like he built it in Baltimore. He doesn't need all these big name players. He's not going to go after that.
No.
He's going to go after scheme fit and who he likes. You know how you know you like somebody? Patrick Ricard. He said, I want that hard-headed guy on my team.
Yeah.
And he paid him the most of any fullback ever, man.
Yeah. Teams don't even have fullbacks anymore. Harbaugh does.
Yeah. And listen, like that Isaiah Likely pick is, you're going to have Theo Johnson. You have Isaiah Likely. You have Jackson Dart. You have Malik Neighbors. You are going to run 12 personnel. I'll tell you what, I know they got a couple running backs over there, but if they got love, then we would be talking. Then they would be cooking. But I think he's going to go by them.
He's gone way.
But I really do like the moves they're making. I do. It seems like he's going to set this up like he did Baltimore. Give him 2 years. I mean, Harbaugh is an amazing coach.
The Eagles, no real big moves on offense. They draft so well that they don't have to make free agency moves. Commanders. Let's talk about these Commanders, man.
Cursed.
They bring back Mariota on a 1-year deal, $7 million. They don't lose anything because Mariota looked pretty good.
Smart.
Yeah. And he's a very bright quarterback. He knows what he's looking at.
Yeah, I mean, he was great in Oregon.
He's just limited. He's limited.
It seems like the perfect backup to Jaden Daniels, if you ask me.
They get rid of Chris Rodriguez and they go and they bring in Rashad White.
That's okay.
Does that make a difference to you?
Probably. I think Rashad White's a little bit of a step up just because of all of his pass catching ability.
Yeah. Diami Brown, who never gets a chance.
Look, he had when in his moments when he wasn't getting outshined by Scary Terry and those guys, like he would produce.
Mm-hmm.
I like him. He's a speedster. Like I liked him coming out of college. I don't get to see him too much of him because the story is that it's usually Scary Terry, but last year the story was injuries.
The one guy I do want to talk about that's not in a wide receiver, quarterback, running back is they re-signed Laramie Tunsil. Laramie Tunsil is a terrible offensive lineman because he's great. He's great
pass blocking. He is
a horrible run blocking.
Phenomenal at pass blocking, but
you have a running quarterback.
Laramie Tunsil is like you. It's hard to find offensive linemen, let alone like ones that are in the top 5% of pass blocking. So you get that. Like I'll take that trade. I will take that trade. I'm
going to count how many times their quarterback gets smoked this coming season because of Laramie Tunsil.
I don't think he does any. Not because of Tunsil. Not because of Tunsil. Let me tell you something. If you don't like it that much, don't run RPO. If I was a defensive coordinator, I would fight. They might be a penalty in this day in NBA, in the NFL. But if you run RPO, I don't tell my defensive end to set the edge anymore. I tell him go hit the quarterback.
Yeah,
he's faking it. I don't know who's getting the ball. Don't set the edge. Maybe he breaks it off 100, but hit the quarterback. Like that's the way I would play this. If I was a defensive coordinator, I would stop this RPO ridiculousness. Hey, guess what? Myles Garrett, don't set the edge. If they're RPOing, go hit the quarterback.
Because Laremy Tunsil can't stop you.
I would do it.
All right, let's go to the Bears. They don't really have to do anything on offense. They look pretty good. Maybe some offensive line help.
They lost DJ Moore, but they got something out of it. They don't need anything on offense. They got Manon guy. They brought
in Khalif Raymond to fill the spot.
I tell you
DJ
what,
Moore.
you know what he's going to do?
He's going to catch the ball.
He's the return man.
Yeah.
You know what he did in Detroit? He returned kicks for touchdowns. And now you just upgraded your special teams with Khalif Raymond. That's what you did. You don't need any wideouts.
You remember, what was it, 2 years ago when everybody was hurt and Khalif Raymond showed that he could be that guy? Remember that?
Yeah. Look.
So I got faith in him.
Detroit and them's had pretty lucky whenever people have been hurt. They've always had like a Tim Patrick step up, or Khalif Raymond, or some random white dude. You know, they always have somebody stepping up for them. But Khalif Raymond's game is a returner. They know that. Hey, defense. Remember last year, their five people in their secondary were hurt for the first 7 to 8 games of the year. You know, and they still went as far as they did. This team is going to be scary this year. Rome Odunze, Luther Burton on the second year, Colston Loveland. You got 2 good running backs. Caleb Williams is probably
growing.
Yeah, Caleb Williams could be a dark horse for MVP.
He's grown faster than Jordan Love did. He's grown faster than a lot of quarterbacks have.
Yeah, we don't know because Jordan Love sat behind for so long. I'm tempted. I want to see what Jordan Love does if he can finally get wide receiver core healthy, because I like his game. You just never know, because there's always an injury.
Detroit Lions, we have a Teddy Two Glove sighting.
Yes,
I like it.
Yeah, that's all. You can't go wrong.
Is that just to retire as a Lion?
No, that's Teddy Two Gloves. That's.
I think it's a good move.
I love it.
He's a good backup.
He's a teacher of men.
Yeah.
Campbell knew him in New Orleans. Campbell knew what he was carrying. Hey, look, I mean, then 1 year Saints got hurt. He went 5-0, right? He won 5 games in a row.
Kept him alive.
And look, Campbell remembers that. He says, "Look, if something happens to Jared Goff, we need that guy, and that's Teddy Two Gloves."
Does getting rid of David Montgomery and bringing in Isaiah Pacheco move the needle at all?
I think they got better.
No.
They got better with Pacheco?
Pacheco, I'll say what you will. You know what stops Pacheco? It isn't.
Yeah, it's called the goal line.
It isn't his style.
Called the defensive line. You couldn't get past him.
He just runs so hard. Well, he's been injured. He runs so hard, man.
And David Montgomery does too.
But that's what I had the issue with the trade. Why I say Houston won, because Pacheco, the reason they brought Hunt in all the time with Kansas is because Pacheco couldn't get in the 10 yards. He couldn't get inside the goal line
first.
ever.
I mean, he runs hard,
but
he goes down pretty quick.
With Montgomery on Detroit Lions, when they got within the 10, he was the one scoring most of the time.
I don't like either of the signings. I don't like the Montgomery signing, and I don't like the Pacheco.
I don't think they traded well.
But then again, I think they're going full in on Jahmyr Gibbs. That shows me Jahmyr Gibbs is never leaving the field.
I'm with you on that one.
I like the Pacheco signing.
You're gonna have to lean on Gibbs a lot more on this one.
I like the Pacheco signing. Different style. You go from Dan Campbell, who's obviously hard-nosed, going to run the ball. You got a Pacheco who runs it like his hair's on fire.
He's just not big enough.
And then you go from, Andy Reid. Andy Reid he's always liked running backs that catch the ball. I mean, Westbrook, Shady. He's always liked those backs. He's always liked those backs that can come out the backfield. And that wasn't Pacheco. So I think this is going to be an improvement for Pacheco. I think it's going to be an improvement for Kansas City.
Green Bay, another team that drafts very well, so they ain't making very many moves. Sky Moore, wide receiver, doesn't move the needle. Minnesota Vikings, Kyler Murray.
Yeah, buddy.
I think it's perfect.
Yeah, I think Kevin O'Connell's going to get him right.
If he would have went to the Jets, he'd have been miserable, and we'd have been talking about how he's failing. It would have been the team failing him. Here, he's automatically an upgrade. J.J. McCarthy is nothing.
J.J. McCarthy did not look good, and he stayed injured last year. I don't remember who they brought in after that. After Wentz got hurt, I can't remember his name, but
Brosmer.
Brosmer, dude. That dude was.
He was
come on, Kyler,
running for his life, and he had a good offensive line.
Kyler, I have always supported you. I know the amazing athlete you were.
He's with the perfect coach. He's with the perfect team.
Kyler, I saw you play baseball and football. I saw what a special player you were, dude. Please, dude, let's right this ship, man. Stay healthy and right this ship.
If Kyler Murray does not research his career here, then he is not interested in it. That's the bottom line. Because there was times when people said he was disinterested. So
it was Call of Duty. He just wanted to play Call of Duty, and he wanted to be left alone. Yeah.
I think this is the best move for Kyler. They were talking Jets and all these other places. This is his opportunity to bring it back. He could take this team over and become the number one.
Yeah. Oh, he's walking in the room, the number one. Yeah. No doubt. I don't wish the Jets on anybody, not even Geno Smith. I don't wish him on anybody. Atlanta. Tua move. The Tua move.
It's good for them. It's good for Tua. It's just not great for the NFL.
You know why I love it? Atlanta's not paying him, but league minimum. They're paying him.
Miami's paying
veteran minimum because Miami is paying him. So they've got a starting caliber quarterback
for nothing.
Can I? I'm gonna bring this up because I didn't get to watch much Miami last year because of the ridiculousness that was going on, and then when they got healthy, they started winning, right?
Mm-hmm.
They started winning, and then I was like, okay, let me start paying attention. I always draft Avin Duchesne, so I always like to watch the games, but a lot of times it was just too miserable to watch, except for Red Zone. But I saw something, and it seemed like Tua's arm strength is gone.
It is, but he's still. Remember the Buffalo game? He still was in it.
Yeah.
He was doing everything he could.
But if you can't throw the ball down the field, you're not much of a quarterback. Like we saw this. We've seen this with aging players too. Aging players, look, they can be accurate and they can know where to go and everything. But if you're just throwing in a 20 to 30 yard box, it's so easy to defend.
But he walks in the room the best quarterback they have. He is better than Penix.
I think he's better than Penix too.
That's why I said it's good for him, good for Atlanta, not good for the NFL,
right.
Because they're one of the teams with the quarterbacks room is just jacked. So he's going to come in and be able to do what he's got to do.
I think it helps him.
It does. It helps him a lot.
His offensive line now is better than what he had in Miami.
Yeah.
He could be protected a little more. And all he has to do is hand the ball to me, the second best running back in the league.
Bijan. That's all you got to do.
And you got Jahan Dotson.
Yep.
Picked him up. He's a decent wide receiver.
Zacchaeus he doesn't miss anything. He doesn't drop anything.
So you got Drake London, bro. You got Drake London, and
Kyle Pitts.
And you got Kyle Pitts.
So there's so much of a really good trade for Tua. I think Tua does well here.
The thing about Penix is we don't know what they have in Penix because Penix has 2 Achilles and he's torn 3. And statistically, that's not right.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
it doesn't add up.
It doesn't add up. So, Tua, this has got to be your job.
It's his job.
Yeah. So,
next, Carolina Panthers. Do you guys agree with this statement?
No.
Bryce Young's job is in jeopardy because of the signing of Kenny Pickett.
I do agree with that. I do 100%.
I think 100%.
100%. I believe that.
Unless they're just in love with Bryce Young.
No, I don't believe that at all.
Yeah.
Last year, Bryce Young fell off. Got his job taken away. Got an opportunity to get it back. Took it back.
Mm-hmm.
That won't happen this time. Kenny Pickett won't let that happen.
No, he's going to be their starter. They went to the playoffs last year.
Yeah, he's going to be the starter, but he can't. He's going to have to go out there and all year long go all in.
They got rid of the guy that got him there. Bryce Young didn't get him there. Rico Dowdle got him there, and he's on another team.
They're going to be better this year at running back. They're going to be better this year at running back. Their wide receivers are going to be more better. Actually, if they go wide receiver this year, that might be between Tate. If they go wide receiver again, they may have a squad over there.
Now I do
and then
like
Coker and all them. Yep.
Tate is great.
And then on defense, those 2 huge signings, they just got better. Like going on paper right now, the Carolina Panthers are the best team in the South. And listen,
defensive wise, I think they are. I think Atlanta's the best team in the South, but. Them getting Jaylen Phillips is a big deal.
Yeah,
it's a huge deal.
Then they took what's his name, the linebacker from
Devin Lloyd.
From Devin Lloyd at the time struggled, but last year, man, statistically, he was one of the best linebackers in the NFL.
He checks out too much.
And look, Jonathan Brooks may be coming back. That's a pick we forgot they made, and they still got Chuba. They're gonna have some weapons, man. Like. And Canales is a coach, man. Like, and everybody forgets, but they won the division. They won the division last year.
This next team, the Saints.
Yeah.
Is Mickey Loomis finally learning how to be a general manager after a gazillion years?
I think he's known how.
I think he got lucky.
I don't know. He fleeced.
Well, bringing Caden Ellis back is a huge deal, man. It's a huge deal.
He fleeced the Texans with the punter. Pat Kroger was the worst punter in the NFL. Texans trained for him. He got a 6 pick. How do you, dude? That's magic. That is magic, Mickey Loomis.
I love the ETN pickup. That to me is not the best pickup they had. The best pickup they had was David Edwards.
Yeah.
By far.
And then they re-signed Dylan Radoon, so we got that too.
Edwards is the best offensive lineman they got now. He's in 3 years, he's missed 2 games, and the dude is phenomenal. Everything.
I think McCoy is the best one. If Eric McCoy can stay healthy,
that's the problem.
If you may have one of the top 5 best offensive linemen now between Jagard, you got Fuaga, you got Banks, McCoy on the right side, Cesar Ruiz. Unfortunately, if they can get him just to not suck, we would be seeing a different team. The question is going in the Saints is I'm not worried about a wide receiver. Everybody seems to be hung up on wide receivers. I'm not. They got Shepard. They got Polk coming in. They traded for Vele, Olave. They got to pay Olave big money.
2 receiving running backs.
Picked up Noah Fant, who was just an athlete and number 1 pick at one time.
I think that's a great pick.
Me too.
Mm-hmm. I think it's good.
Yeah, they wanted him last year.
He's a downfield blocker like you wouldn't believe.
Well, I think he's going to be split out catching the ball. Kellen Moore has a vision for him, and he had a vision for Juwan Johnson, and he made Juwan Johnson one of the top 3rd fantasy tight end last year. Who pop quiz? I bet nobody would have guessed that. So I love the moves. But you're losing a lot of defensive talent. You lost Devontae. You lost Demario Davis. Caden Ellis is not Demario Davis, y'all.
No, because Demario Davis is a quarterback on defense. But Caden Ellis is probably 40 years younger than him.
The thing that we have, he's 7 years younger than him. And what we have to look at is the Saints running back situation. You have 4 running backs, and I think the writing may be on the wall for Kamara.
I think it is too, and it should be. It should have been 2 years ago.
Listen, get
rid of him while he has value.
There's a statistic
He's
showing.
not going to go.
He's
going to retire.
He may be.
Maybe. It might be time.
There's a statistic showing Kamara from shotgun running inside zone averages only 2-point-something yards, the lowest of any running back. And that's not his game. And guess what Kellen Moore runs? Inside zone and shotgun. And guess what Etienne's average is running that? 4.71. They wanted Etienne. They knew that stat. They've shared that stat with everybody. And it's just more and more and more. If you're going to keep Kamara, then you're going to have to put him out on the slot and let him catch the ball. Because
what's Cam going to do?
I don't think the market's there for him. I think he thought it had a market. And
I hope he signs back with the Saints for less money.
The further he sits out, the further he goes, the more he's going to.
Last year was phenomenal.
Yeah, 10 sacks. Yeah.
So. All right, Tampa Bay Bucks. Let's see. Does Kenneth Gainwell cut into your boys' carries?
Not at all. No, I don't think so.
You don't think so? Do you think so?
No, they brought him in to do the Rashad White job.
Catch the ball.
Yeah, catch the ball. That's what they did. They brought him in for Rashad White.
Yeah. Anybody happy about Cade Otton? Anybody care?
No, nobody cares.
But does anybody care they paid him $30 million with $20 million guaranteed?
They like him. I thought he was a disappointment last year.
He was a disappointment.
Yeah, but they were so injured. But I expect him to step up when they were injured. The big plan, the big thing is Mike Evans is gone, and looks like Ibuka is going to be the number 1. Yeah. And fantasy implications will apply.
Yeah, I think Godwin's still the numero 1. Cardinals, Tyler Algier.
I love this so much.
Now they did just bring back James Conner. I love James Conner, and that's going to be a problem.
It's over with.
That's fine.
Algier's about to take this job, and I'm so happy for him because he got out from behind Bijan, and he needed that. He did.
I wish he went somewhere better.
Well, this is where he goes.
This is where he gogoes.
This isn't going to be a bad move. This isn't going to be a bad move at all. Arizona's got some weapons. Let's be honest. Arizona's got some weapons. They got the best tight end in the league, Trey McBride, Marvin Harrison Jr., Michael Wilson. I would have liked for them to maybe go trade for a quarterback or make a move at quarterback, but make this work. Make this work. It's Arizona. Like, they got a lot of talent. They have a lot of talent, but they play in the hardest division in the NFL.
Jacoby Brissett didn't win a lot of games, if any, but he made a lot of touchdowns, and he threw the ball very well.
It's always boomer. It was boomer bust though, wasn't it? It was like 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, or it was like, right? He made critical errors at critical mistakes at critical times.
Kendrick Bourne.
Yeah,
Kendrick Bourne. He's a serviceable wide receiver. He walks in the room as their number 3.
Yeah, I mean, look. Yeah, you like the weapons. I like what they did.
I think they're giving him a chance. I think they're giving Jacoby Brissett a chance to see what he can do, and it's his to lose.
I know what he can do. He can be a good backup because that's what he's done.
The Rams, not a whole lot of moves again. What do they have to do? They have to do nothing. One of my favorite guys, Tyler Higbee, been there forever. He's all reliable. You can pull him off the waiver wire. He's going to get you something. Yeah. But they did get Trent McDuffie. And I love that.
Then they went and got the other one. The starting cornerbacks. Yeah, the starting cornerbacks for Kansas City are now in Los Angeles. And why not?
And bring back Cameron Curl. It looks great.
Yeah, looks at that. Your secondary shored up. You got the MVP coming. I do wonder, is the running game going to go down? I need Blake Corum to take this job over. Or at least cut into these cuts.
I think it'll be a true 50-50.
Yeah. Cut into these significantly, because I thought there were times when Blake Corum was getting the ball 20 to 30% of the time, he looked better.
Against better defenses, Blake Corum was the better running back.
Yeah, and so, who am I to question, though? That's the best. That's got to be one of the best head coaches in the league, man. Yeah.
San Francisco, Mike Evans, as old as he is.
I think he helps the team out.
Yes.
Everybody on the team is over 30.
Yeah.
Even McCaffrey.
Pearsall's no threat to him.
Yeah.
So
they're going to probably get rid of Jawan Jennings.
Their receivers aren't there yet. I think they get one in the draft.
I think he ends up being viable for the team. I think he helps out a little bit. I don't think he's going to blow the ceiling off.
Last team, the Seahawks, they lost it. Man, how many players did they lose?
A lot of defense players, and they lost Kenneth Walker, and that's what happens when you win the Super Bowl.
It happens all the time. They did re-sign Rashid Shaheed.
Big money.
I love it.
Yeah, I would like to see him come back home to Louisiana. So
that boy ain't coming back.
They brought in Emmanuel Wilson. A sneaky good pickup, you don't think?
Charbonnet. Look, the reason why I think they let Kenneth Walker walk is they said, for what it's worth, Charbonnet was the dog. Charbonnet was the dog. I thought, my whole just fantasy time, I've always thought Kenneth Walker was going to take it over. I always thought Kenneth Walker was going to take this thing over. And he finally, when he got to the playoffs, got to show what he did. And in camp last year, all I heard Clint Kubiak going off about Kenneth Walker. The season came, seemed like Charbonnet was getting the ball more. Seemed like Zach was getting the ball more. And he finally got to show what he can do. And they're obviously comfortable with Zach Charbonnet.
Yeah, but Emmanuel Wilson's there for a reason. He's a safety net because Charbonnet stays hurt.
And you got to have a backup. You always have to have a backup. But they lost so much talent on defense. That's what scares me about the Seattle Seahawks. And they lost their offensive coordinator. The guy who built Jackson Smith-Njigba all of a sudden is in Las Vegas. So I'm worried about fantasy implications. Listen, if you're going in there thinking I got to take Jackson Smith-Njigba first based upon what he did last year, I don't know if I would do that. I'd still be thinking maybe look into CD or Puka or somebody else first.
So that's it for fantasy. As of today, there's still players out there. They have that are still available. They have Waller above Njoku. I don't agree with that at all.
I don't agree with that either.
Saints, where you at? If you're not going to get a wide receiver, go get Njoku and go do it today.
Well, they already got Fant.
Njoku is better than Fant.
Just run a 2 tight end set and go with it.
Oh, they got 2. They'd have 3 then.
They'd have 3, but
you got to go get linebacker and you got to go defensive end help. it always starts out hot. Free agency does. Then it takes a week and it cools down. Everybody looks at their money situation, says what's better, and we look and watch. Next weekend, it's going to start creeping. It's going to start creeping, and all these little signings, all the strategic signings are going to come out. And that's whenever we build our depth. That's when because in the NFL, everybody gets injured, and every signing counts. Every free agent, every undrafted player, everybody on your reserve, your practice list. We're going to see all these players end up getting better and better and better with these signings too. I cannot wait because we got a few more weeks of this, and then we have the draft next month.
Yep. I can't
So
wait.
excited.
I am. Look at these nipples.
I won't sleep.
Cannot wait.
I will not sleep for 3 days. That's what the draft does to me.
I love it. Look, I started mocking. Have y'all not done mock drafts yet?
Yeah.
I've started mock. I've done mocks. I've done trades. I don't know. Do you think AJ Brown gets really moved?
I do. I think he gets moved.
People who should be traded and are not.
That should be traded.
Somebody who should be traded or not. I got some wide receivers that should be traded and not, and they're not being.
Juwan Jennings.
He's a free agent.
Yep.
He should be gone.
I don't know why the 49ers ain't re-signed him.
I just have this feeling that AJ Brown is going to be traded, and it's so slow right now because of the problems that he caused toward the middle to end part of the year. Everybody knows he's a diva. Who wants that?
I think Juwan Jennings goes to the Eagles. I think AJ Brown goes to the Patriots.
I think AJ Brown goes home to the Titans.
I don't know. I think Calvin Ridley. I'd be calling about Calvin Ridley going to Tennessee. I think I'd be calling about T. Higgins in Cincinnati. And I'd be calling Arizona about Marvin Harrison Jr. If I needed a wide receiver. I would be calling, saying what you need. These players look like they're in franchises that are rebuilding. These players are legitimately good players. T. Higgins would be a one anywhere else. And rather than trade for AJ Brown and you're going to want this and that and you got to deal with that, I would go look at those options. I would go look those options and make a trade for themselves. Brian Thomas Jr.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
They're saying they're not moving him. So,
but money talks.
And they're loaded.
And they are loaded. My only one that I would like to see traded is Brian Thomas Jr. to the Raiders. He walks in the room as the number one, and he helps Mendoza out, and he rebuilds his career there.
All right. Well,
with Clint Kubiak? It would be the perfect situation.
He's a dog. He is a dog.
I'll tell you one I see. Since y'all like to talk about Chase Brown, I see Joe Mixon going back for a 1-year deal
to
Cincinnati.
No. Joe Mixon is dumb.
If he's a backup and just a safety net because Chase Brown is an every down back,
watch.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not? Because he was hurt last year and he was supposed to come back and he never did.
I just have a feeling Joe Mixon is just done.
Me too.
All right.
That's what I think. I think he's done.
And it's sad to say, I think he's great. He was good. He was good.
There was a lot of miles put on him before
Joe Burrow got there. All they did was hand the ball to Joe Mixon.
You got to look. I don't look at it. Everybody looks at over 30 and age and injuries. I look at carries, man. Yeah, every carry's a hit.
Right.
So.
All right, guys. Well, this concludes our free agency for right now. Till next time, I'm Nic Tate.
Joe Caldera.
Cadillac.
And we're out.
SmashMouth Footballers.
Artlist.io.
I shoot my shot and it's clean. This for my city, yeah, this for my team. If you talking and talk to me nice, I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right, champion. The game is in trouble. I've been in my depth for the piece of the puzzle. I got it for real. Still keep me going. I wake
Music
up
licensing reimagined.
In the field, man of the town. You've been in your fields. I'm adjusting this crown. Call me your majesty. Either that or your tragedy.